everyone, it's Jody. Welcome back to Wendy's Crafting Friends. I'm here using Sam's bead box for September Market Marbles, and I am going to show how some of these colors just go so wonderful together. I know that there's been a little bit of feedback here and there about the colors, they're not like jiving with the person who got the box. So I want to show everybody that these colors indeed do wonders together. So I'm going to try something a little different, something I've never done before. It involves leather and bead wire, bead stringing wire. So we're going to try something a little bit different. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, I have everything I need down here. I have the larger beads, like the big focal, and these two beautiful, let's see, what were these? These were the, okay, so this was the lampwork round. These are the glass mosaic barrels. We have a bunch of the other beads. I have the ones with little stars on them. The mosaic one, this little turquoise kind of elongated melon. We have the square seed beads, the cube seed beads. And for my own stash, I brought over these antique bronze spacers that we're going to use, and all the things I need to finish this necklace. And we are using 27.5 inches of bead stringing wire and 27.5 inches of 1 millimeter leather round. So the leather that I got is actually from a Sam's live sale that I bought some this, I think it was during the summer. So we're going to string the ones with the large holes on both strands, and we're going to string everything else on just the bead stringing wire. And what I'm hoping it'll do, this is not tested and proven, you guys, we're going to hope that this just goes, this does what we need it to do. What I'm hoping this does is kind of gives it like kind of like a dimensional effect. Okay, so we're going to just give that a shot. So I'm just going to kind of do this little thing here, and we're going to start out in the middle. So I want to put on my big giant bead in the middle because that's going to be our focal. So I'm just feeding it through the leather and the bead stringing wire, and we're just going to make sure it's in the middle. Just make sure here, okay? And then to stop this from moving, because we really don't want it to go anywhere, I'm going to just clip off that end here with just a little clamp. Let me get one out here. There we go. The chip clip won't, these chip clips that have like the coating over it will not like dent your leather. So I like to use these when I'm using anything with leather. So we're just going to move that aside. And now that we have that one on, we are going to take one of these spacers because they'll fit over both too. They're a large hole spacer. And we're going to slide that on all the way down to that bead. All right, and now the fun begins. So I picked mostly beads that were long and thin because I want them to hug up close to the leather. I don't want them to be I'm not going to use like a rondelle on the bead stringing wire or a round, because I don't want it to be like sticking out from the leather, like jutting out from it. So we're just going to use this, and we are going to use some seed beads, basically more or less just to add a little color to the beads that we are using. And I think I actually want to do, let's do like a little, like maybe a red, two turquoise, because I do want to use some of these too in this design, just to kind of let it hug up against the leather. We're not going to do too many by themselves, but we'll do a few. So how about we do like 5? There you go with my odd numbers again, huh? I'm just picking ones that I want to be seen together. That red, that turquoise, and that bronze there, those are like all perfect. And then we will go ahead and put on one of our spacers over top of both strands. Okay, and it's gonna sit like kind of like this. All right. Then next, I'm gonna always start with just a spacer on the bottom and end it with a spacer on top of whatever I put there. And I'm gonna try to go against like the color. So let's do a turquoise with this blue. Okay, like that, and see how it's gonna hug it? It's gonna hug it together. And if it goes kind of around it, I'm not gonna be too worried about that because I think I'd actually like it if it did kind of travel around it like that. I think that would be pretty cool. So if it starts to kind of move its way around the leather, I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm not worried about straightening that out because I want it to look a little tangled, you know, neatly tangled. So let's do this. Put that in there. And so if you don't have this color leather, you can use any leather. 1mm leather would work the best. If you don't have leather, you can use like hemp, just anything small, or even like your cotton stringing material. That would work out well too. So you can definitely do that. And then next we're going to put on a red bead and this turquoise one, and follow it up with a red bead. Okay, just like that. And then let's put our spacer on. And the spacer is just keeping everything right where we want it, kind of locking it down. And I have a deeper blue, but I chose this lighter blue just to avoid using some more darker blue and to bring in some additional color to it. I was hoping that I had red or turquoise, but my turquoise is too wide. It wouldn't fit through the spacers like that. So definitely couldn't have used that. So this is why we're using this. All right, so then let's use a little copper one. And we'll do our little star, our beads with our little stars on it. I have never made a necklace like this before, and I'm hoping it turns out the way I envisioned it in my head. And it looks like it might. So far, so good, you guys. So far, so good. There we go. And once you get going on it, it doesn't take too long, but do you see what I'm saying? How it's like one on the side, one on the side, one on the side, one on the side. And I think it's gonna keep doing that, and I like that. That's gonna make it look, I think, super, super cool. So let's do some more of these little seed beads. Let's do like a deep blue. Let's do this copper one. Let's do a red. And let's see if we can dig out 2 turquoise ones. Sticking with the 5 seed beads. Oop, dropping it. Oh, I hear you, Lucy. Hi, Miss Lucy. She's in here talking to me. All right, so now we have those little seed beads. And every so often, just double check it and make sure that it's like down, that everything's kind of scooted down the way it's supposed to be. I haven't really, I mean, I kind of think I know how I'm going to finish it off, but I'm kind of like a little leery of like what I'm going to be trying to do. I wish it was a little bit different way I could finish it off, and I might think of it while I'm sitting here. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that I can think of what I wanna do. All right, so then now we want to use one of our bigger barrel beads, okay? So just string him on, both strands, and then another spacer. There we go. And then we can do our little other beads. We're just going to try to do the same little pattern here. So I'm going to grab my light blue, my turquoise blue, this bead, and another turquoise blue. There we go. And then another spacer. All right, let's keep on going. So next let's do our little, let's pull some of these out there. It's just easier to get off the mat. There we go. Do our red and our turquoise and our red. There we go. All right, now that you guys know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna string some of this on my own and I'll be back. Okay guys, I think I'm getting to the point where I think I'm gonna wanna close this off on this side. So I didn't have enough to make sure I have enough for both sides of these. So I say there's gonna be one extra, but it's okay, we'll use it in something, I'm sure, probably like a bracelet or something. So then I just alternated with the other ones at the top here. And let's get our things. So I'm kind of really wanting it to be nice and clean and neat. And I'm thinking that if I put a crimp on my bead stringing wire and put this on over top of both and crimp it down, I think it should stay. So we're gonna do a little test run here. I'm gonna put my little crimp tube on. Whoops, maybe. And we're going to just flatten it out. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure this is all the way it's supposed to be. And we're going to flatten it out with our chain nose pliers. Just grabbing that and getting it as close to that spacer bead as I possibly can without going too close to it, because I want to make sure that I have room for this thing, for the leather and for that. And then I'm just going to slip this on over top. And I'm going to put that crimp that I did on that wire towards the back of this to hopefully that it'll hold. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to trim off what I don't need here. I'm being gutsy, guys. I'm trimming it off right now because I feel like it's going to work. And then we're just going to fold one side in and fold the other side in and clamp that down. It is not budging, you guys. I just did a cool thing. Okay. It's not budging, but I do want to fix this a little bit because it's a little off kilter. There we go. We want it nice and neat. All right, so we have that side done. Let's go ahead and do some on this side now. And we're just going to follow the same exact pattern on this side as we did on the other side. So let's go ahead and let's bead some of this together. First thing I did was put on my spacer. And just fed that all the way up to my beautiful glass bead. And that way it's kind of encasing it right here. And then we did 5 random square seed beads. So we're just going to grab some and feed them on. And we need 2 more. One. And let's grab a red one. Okay. Push it all the way down. Let's grab another one of our big hole spacers. Push that down. And then we're going to grab a couple turquoise square seed beads. So 1, this bead, and our turquoise one again. Okay, and let's grab our little spacer here, feed that on. This is actually going a lot smoother than what I thought it would, you guys. A lot smoother. I'm so happy. It just goes to show you, if you can dream it, you can make it work. And our little turquoise bead. I love the way turquoise and red look together. I think it's like just like such a perfect combination of colors. I think that's the boho love in me that loves turquoise and red, turquoise and orange, turquoise and yellow. Those are definitely, you see those a lot in boho jewelry. So I think that's where that comes from for me. Okay, then we had our, looks like we did our copper ones, or our antique bronze or our antique copper. And we did our star bead, our little blue beads with little gold stars on them. All right, and a spacer. There we go. And next we want to do our 5 random seed beads. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and our spacer. Our barrel bead. And our spacer. This is going to be a fun necklace to wear. All right, and then after that, we go back to the beginning. So let me grab, looks like I used the turquoise ones, this bead, why do I feel like this is not centered? I think I'll cry. Let me just double check something, you guys, because I'm starting to get paranoid here. Oh no, I'm fine. Okay. Just getting really, really paranoid. All right. I'm like, this is going way too smooth for this to work, for this to be like perfect here. All right. So then we have our red bead, our turquoise bead, and our red bead, spacer, just making sure it's nice and tight. Okay, and then we did our blue with the copper, our blue star bead. There we go. Bring it all the way down. And then after that, we have our 5. So here's 4 of them. And 5. All right. Then we have, again, this last time we're using one of these. So our turquoise, this blue, and a turquoise, and our spacer. Then we have our, so it's closer to me. We have our red, turquoise, and red. There we go. Next we have copper, our copper bead. And we have our little bead with the stars on it. There we go. We are cooking and booking now, guys. We are making it happen. And then we did our little 5. I think I might want to put an extender on this just in case if I were to give it away, they could wear it longer if they wanted to. It's always important. So I'll probably go dig out a little extender just to have that on there too. And then we're going to go right back to our turquoise, but it looks like I did the turquoise little squares with it this time. Just kind of changed it up a little bit towards the back of the necklace here. Go. And then we did, looks like the red with the blue star. I really think this was such a fun box. I'm really happy with this one too. I think that they've been knocking it out of the park this whole year. Everything has just been beautiful and just perfect. I don't think I had one that I was like, I could have done without this one. You know what I mean? Like, I've enjoyed every single one for what they were and everything. And I just really, I don't know, everyone just kind of put everything together so nicely. Just a bunch of talented folks over there, just putting it together really nice. Love it. There we go. There's our 5. We need another spacer. And then we got our turquoise one next, and I did the dark blue with it. We're having just enough space, you guys. Holy moly, did I cut that close? Used every single one of those turquoise beads. There we go. You know, if you compare my earrings to this, like those are two totally different like genres of jewelry. Like my earrings that I made for this and my unboxing are like, I think they look very like go out on a date, dressy earrings, you know what I mean? Where this is super fun and super casual and just fun and funky, you know? And it's so cool when you can get different, so many different styles of jewelry out of, you know, a collaboration of a box, you know, it's just amazing. All right, guys, so we have it all. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything here. I mean, at this point, I feel like it'd be too late. Nope, everything matches up good. So awesome. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did and end off this one too. So I'm going to grab that crimp tube, string that right on our wire, separate that from our leather, and I'm going to crimp it nice and flat. All right. Then we're going to grab this crimp, put it over top of both of them, and I have my other crimp directly in the back of everything. So let's go ahead and trim this off. All right, and while I'm holding that nice and snug, I'm going to fold the one side over, fold the other side over, and just crimp it down. Well, this one didn't turn out as well, but that's okay. It's all right. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. But we're still gonna test it just to make sure, and I am pulling hard, you guys. That is not going anywhere. All right, awesome. I'm gonna just hurry up and shove this stuff aside here, just so that it's not in our way. And let's see. So we have our jump ring, and we're gonna need a smaller jump ring too. So this is our larger one that we're gonna hook through here. You know, maybe I won't put if I decide to give it to somebody else, I will put one on, but for now, we'll just, you know, not put a extender on there. And then we're going to take this little one, and let's open this up. Put that on here. And there we go. All right, guys, there is our necklace, and I think it turned out really, really super cute. I'm gonna try it on for you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, here it is. And sorry, I'm wearing such a busy dress, but I think it turned out really cute. I love the way it hangs. It hangs really nice, you guys. So even though we like did this really snug and tight, it hangs super nice. And that focal is really cute, and it just adds a lot of color. But all these colors look fantastic together. If you're unsure, give it a shot, give it a try. The best thing you can do is just play around with it and see what works for you. All right, you guys, I'm sending you all my love. I hope you have a most wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good night, guys. Bye.